Hello and welcome to our session. We are speaking today about the power of the possible with Salesforce Commerce Platform and the APIs that we provide. I'm Jim Lynch. I'm a product manager on the team at Commerce Cloud, and I'm joined by Abraham David Lloyd, who's also a product manager.
Hello.
I wanted to start things out with our forward-looking statement slide, which I'm sure you've all seen enough of today, but I did want to remind everyone that we might be speaking about some products that are not yet available, and to make your purchasing decisions based on those products that are available today. I did want to thank you. I wanted to thank you for coming to Dreamforce. Hope your first day is off to a great start. And I also want to thank you for joining our session. I know it's probably been the end of a long day. You have the beer and appetizers and snacks that are out there kind of luring you away, and some of you have brought here. But I do want to thank you for joining our session. This is a topic we're really excited about and really are passionate about. I'm glad you all found it interesting as well. So I wanted to start out and frame the conversation today around the thing that's most important to all of our brands, and that is the customer, their shopper. And talk about the different things that are changing in technology in terms of the way that our brands interact with their shoppers and with their customers. The fourth industrial revolution has brought on a new wave of innovation and technology and really changed the game in the way that customers interact with you as a brand and interact with you as a merchandiser, and really expanded the different ways that they can interact with you. By that I mean there's new touch points, there's new interaction points, there's new channels, web, social, mobile. Technology has really evolved and advanced in a way that shoppers have a multitude of different ways to interact, and you as a merchant need to be able to provide a consistent and a refined user experience anytime a customer interacts with you across all these different channels. Commerce technology has evolved a lot as well. And there are three major ways that we wanted to call out today that we see commerce technology evolving and changing the way that merchants interact with their brands. The first is AI-powered experiences. We also want to talk about commerce everywhere. And thirdly, speed and agility and being able to do things quickly and easily as three major trends. AI-powered commerce. And what that really means is being able to provide refined, intelligence-informed interactions and recommendations to shoppers when they interact with your brand across all the different touch points that we talked about where they might interact with you. Commerce everywhere. You need to be able to provide transactionality to all these different touch points and be able to have bring merchants in with AI, present them experiences, present them products, and then give them the ability to buy, whether they interact with you on a social network, on a marketplace like Amazon, or on your website or mobile application. And be able to do that consistently, have a consistent experience and consistent transaction experience across all these different touch points. And you need to be able to do this all quickly and easily and fast because technology is evolving really fast. Merchant expectations, or I should say shopper expectations, are evolving really quickly. And you need to be able to act on that and innovate and be able to bring these things to market really quickly and easy as well. We at Commerce Cloud are doing a lot to make you have an easier time take advantage of all these trends. And we think that the Commerce Platform provides a really strong foundation for growing your business and delivering great branded experiences across all these different touch points and all these different places where you see your shoppers interact with your brand. We have a really strong foundation of trust and security and scalability and reliability and performance that we think are really important as the core foundation of our platform. So that your shoppers can trust you as a brand to be there when they want to interact with you and in the places where they want to connect with your brand. And you can trust us as Salesforce and as Commerce Cloud to be reliable and to provide the services and stability that you need in order to connect with your shoppers. We also provide a strong Einstein-powered set of commerce features that make things much more intelligent and tailored to the different shoppers and consumers that interact with your brands. So by that I mean we have Einstein recommendations and Einstein predictive sort, Einstein commerce insights, and all of this makes sure that when your shopper connects with your brand, they're seeing a really unique and tailored experience, really tailored set of products and search results and content that make their experience with you feel very unique. like they know you as a shopper, and or they know you. They know that you as a brand know them as a shopper, and know that what you're seeing or what you're showing them is really tailored to them as a person. To pull that all together, we have a strong set of platform APIs and platform services and developer tools that allow you to build really rich experiences in your applications, in your website, into your different social channels and marketplaces, taking advantage of all these different services. The Salesforce CRM is the world's best #1 CRM that allows you to have a single view of those customers that interact with your brand so that you can see any different place that they might purchase something from you, consume content from you, call your customer service center, all on top of the Salesforce CRM. And all of this is a really big landscape of opportunity for you to provide shopper experiences. But we want to make sure you have the tools you need to be successful and all the different support you might need and guidance you might need to build really strong applications. So we have a really strong investment that we've made in things like our customer success team, our retail practice experts, our cloud practice experts, Trailhead, which is something that we're investing a lot in new content and resources for this year. So that when you're looking at building a great experience in a different application, you have a lot of resources available to you to make sure you're doing it in a way that will help you be successful. In terms of how we build those applications, we want to make sure that merchants have the flexibility and the choices to optimize those applications for what you're trying to optimize for as a business. We see a lot of merchants that want to get live fast, that want to build really strong apps or build really strong websites quickly and easily, and then iterate on them. So you can provide a quick experience, leveraging our storefront reference architecture and our page design tools and our technology ecosystem to get up and running, start putting out those great experiences, and then iterate on it and improve as you learn more about your experience with your shoppers. On the other end of the spectrum, we see a lot of merchants that are trying to build API-first experiences now to maximize their flexibility as a development team and as a brand. We have a strong set of open commerce APIs that give you the technology to build an app in Heroku on top of React, or whatever technology framework you might want to use, and you can have ultimate flexibility then to pull in whatever other third-party technology, homegrown capabilities that you have into a really cohesive API-first experience. There is also a third way, and that's a blend of the two models, what we call an integrated experience. And that might be if you want to leverage a content management system or some other different applications that you've built custom in an API-first model, but still take advantage of the things that we provide out of the box as a commerce platform, like perhaps our reference application for checkout and providing a really strong time to market or a quick time to market with checkout and core commerce capabilities, while then having an API-first content management experience, for example. In terms of the different architectures that we see in terms of making these different approaches to commerce experiences available, there's a lot of commonality. You'll see, if you're building a commerce-led experience on top of the commerce platform, you'll see this top layer is leveraging our reference architecture, the templates that we provide, our out-of-the-box expertise, and our link ecosystem for different capabilities that extend commerce. It also takes advantage of our business manager for things like merchandising tools, marketing, customer grouping, and different things that you might do as an administrative action. But you'll also see that a lot of these different architectures rely on the same core commerce platform capability set. So they interact with our commerce APIs to get things like product data, pricing data, customer information, in the same way that an API-led application might do in an API-first type model. In an API-first model, though, you'll see that maybe you build an application in React that you deliver through Heroku, or build some unique customer experiences in a different channel, and you deliver in a different way. Maybe you have a custom back-office application that you do for a unique merchandising case. Again, all on top of the same commerce platform, interacting with our same commerce APIs, and built on top of the same world's best #1 CRM for having that single view of customer. In an API-first model, in a commerce-led model, and an integrated experiences model will all have that same backend. But you see here in like a CMS-led approach or a hybrid approach, You might have some elements, again, of the architecture that are based on our reference application and our business manager, but you might also use a CMS system for providing your homepage interactions or different unique experiences. Or again, you might have some elements that are based on a React application that you deliver in Heroku, all on top of the same great commerce platform and API set. So to show that in a little bit more kind of real-world example, the subject of today's session is API-driven commerce. And what we wanted to do is Abraham built a really great demo showing this API-first commerce approach. So I'm going to turn it over to him now to walk us through that demo.
Hey, thank you. Thank you, Jim. Give me one moment to go ahead and start. And it looks like we've kicked off. So what we're going to demonstrate today is a Node.js application that was stood up in Heroku. My name's Abraham Lloyd, and powered by the Open Commerce API to produce an authentic shopping experience. So if you're familiar with this may look like the Storefront reference architecture. Carefully, though, if you examine the video and you look at the URL, what you'll see is this is actually an application being served via Heroku. What we've done is leverage the look and feel of the Storefront reference architecture to mimic the shopping experience. We're pulling all our catalog data, subcategory data, product data, refinement data via OCAPI, allowing customers to search, navigate, browse, as well as refine. And if you drill into a product, you can actually see the product details. So let's take a step back and walk through how we did this. As we said, we're leveraging the UI inspiration from the Storefront reference architecture. If you're not familiar with this, the GitHub URL is there. If you're an existing Commerce Cloud customer, you are welcome to connect with your success manager to learn more. The constructs we use to build out our demo are here. As we said, the demo is a Node.js application. We're leveraging best-of-breed open source tools that developers know and love. For the demo, what we're going to do is walk through the anatomy of a request. So here we have our Commerce Cloud environment, our demo environment, and a developer modeling a request. The first thing that happens is the developer initiates an HTTP request. That HTTP request goes to the Node.js web application. The web application processes it, fires off two OCAPI requests, one to collect category data, another to collect product data. OCAPI authenticates the request, retrieves the data, renders a JSON response, and then returns that back to the Heroku environment. Heroku captures that data and now does a similar process. We build out our model, we route the model to the rendering template, and then we render the response in the form of a web application page. This page comes back to the developer through their browser, and next thing you know, we have a storefront. So what we're going to do now is walk through this live under the hood. So what you're seeing right now is my development environment. Okay, I'm running the application locally. I'm going to restart the environment so that we're able to debug the request and actually walk through the specific anatomy of the request. I'm going to pivot now to our storefront. And from the storefront, I'm going to select the women's clothing category. Pivoting back, the debugger instantly stops on the breakpoint. What we're showing here is in the category model, we're initiating two requests. If you look, you could see the two requests are highlighted. If you look above, you could see the two variables we're using to construct the OCAPI URLs that then get invoked. You could see the requests highlighted, the URLs highlighted here in the local scope. If I advance in a moment, what will happen is we'll go to our environment, invoke the requests, and come back with the OCAPI payload. You can see here, we're going to pull back 24 records from the product search. So when we come back, we should get the full detail of categories for that page, including subcategories, as well as the 24 products that we're going to render in the view. So let's look at the response. What we show here right now is all the data that OCAPI returned specific to the category we selected. And then beneath it, you could see the collection of products via search hits that we're going to then use to render the product grid in our web view. Pivoting back, we're going to resolve the request. And now in the web templates, all done through handlebars, you can see how we reference the category objects and then the search object to render the product hits that produce the grid tiles in the page. So now if I cancel the debugger and then advance the request so that it completes, we'll pivot back to the browser. And what we have is a fully rendered web experience where we have all the data on the page being rendered via Okapi, from page title to metadata to imagery, the category information, the search refinements, the product grids, prices, colors, everything. And I'm going to pivot back to Jim. That concludes our demo.
Thank you, Abraham. If you could just... OK. So in terms of one of the other things that we wanted to talk about as we think about all these different approaches to how you bring commerce to your shoppers, to your customers, there are some trade-offs that we wanted you to consider as well. And if you think about some of the ways that we framed the early part of the conversation around if you want to optimize for speed and agility and getting something to market quickly, or if you want to optimize for flexibility and having maximum control over your experiences, as you might imagine, there are different impacts that it has on your ability to operate as a business. And depending on how you want to approach commerce and how you want to approach building these applications, there are some changes that happen to your team or to how you operationalize things. If you're going to be taking a really API first approach, you're going to be building a lot of custom applications. You have to think about the skill set that you need to have internally, the technology stack that you need to have, the resources that you need to have as a team to support that model. Whereas if you look at more of a commerce-led experience approach, you might get a lot more of that skill set and experience and capability out of the box from what Commerce Platform provides. And again, we as Commerce Cloud provide a lot of resources and skills to make you successful, regardless of which of these approaches that you take. We have a lot of resources that are available on demand on Trailhead and in our help and training environments and in our Exchange community, where we have a network of our entire Commerce Cloud ecosystem of developers and business people participating in conversations and solving problems and collaborating on things to advance commerce. We also have a lot of services and adoption enablers that we provide, whether they be accelerators, webinars, Circle of Success. We have a number of this Circles of Success happening here at the event, but we also have them in a regional basis, depending on where you're located. Definitely connect with your customer success manager and they can get you hooked up to a circle that's happening near you. And we do provide specific one-on-one advisory services so that we can sit down and help you approach your problems and define what your outcomes are that you're looking to provide and build, put you on the path to building really strong experiences and strong applications, regardless of which of the paths you choose. So I wanted to close out our session, again, for thanking you for coming and joining our session and learning more about API-enabled commerce and the different ways that you can approach commerce or building experiences on top of Commerce Platform. There are a number of additional Commerce Cloud-oriented events and activities happening over the next few days. We do have our lodge at the Palace Hotel, which is the marketing community and Commerce Cloud lodge. And Wednesday we have our developer forest activities. We have our party with Commerce Cloud at 46 Minna. We also have our keynote on Thursday, which we're really excited about for both Commerce Cloud and Community Cloud. Both of that's happening on Thursday again. And then on Friday, we do have our team doing demos in both the campground as well as here in the developer forest. So stop by one of the booths and say hello if you're looking to learn more or have questions. A lot of us on the product management and CSG team will be there as well. And again, I wanted to just call out, we're really excited about all the fun stuff that we're going to be sharing at the Commerce Cloud keynote. Some really excited customer experiences featuring a lot of our trailblazers. Some of the really innovative product experiences that we're providing are being announced and talked about in that keynote. So please come by and join us on Thursday. That's in Moscone North. And then lastly, visit trailhead.com and become a trailblazer. We're really excited about the next few days here at Dreamforce, but we don't want that energy and excitement to stop when you leave, and we really want to leverage Trailhead and all the different resources we have in the community to continue to engage with you both within Commerce Cloud and Salesforce at large. So thank you all for joining us. I really appreciate your time, and I hope you have a good rest of your time here at Dreamforce.